Section 9.5. Problem 17. Score on an IQ test are normally distributed. A sample of 25 IQ scores had standard deviation s equal to 8. The developer of the test claims that the population standard deviation is sigma equal 15. Do these data provide sufficient evidence to contradict this claim? Use alpha equals 0.05 level of significance. So we will begin with step 0. We write down the given information and the question. So we have some number in the problem like 25, 8, and 15. So the sample size is 25, S is 8, and the sigma is 15. This is the claim. So alpha is given is 0.05, and the question asking us that, so here is the question. Test the claim that the population standard deviation sigma equal to 15. So we want to know if sigma equal to 15 or not. Step number 1 is we set up the null and the alternative hypothesis. So the question go to the null. We assume that is equal to 15, and opposite to 15 is greater than, less than, or not equal to. So in this case, in the problem, they do not mention greater than or less than, so it's better that we use not equal to. So we will use to tell. Step number 2 is we choose alpha, which is 0.05. Step number 3 is the test statistic. So we use the formula chi-square n minus 1 square divided by sigma naught square. So we use this formula because the question said that test the claim about the standard deviation. Okay, so we use this formula for chi-square for standard deviation. Now let's plug in the number. So n is 25 minus 1, s is 8 squared divided by sigma naught. So sigma naught, we go under the null and we use 15. So 15 squared. So this is like 24 times 64 divided by 225, and it's equal to 6.83. Step number 4. We do not have the p-value for this one. We only have the critical. In the book, they show critical value only. So we draw the chi-square shape. It's skewed to the right. And we say to tell. So we have like this. And then because we have two tails, so we use, this is alpha divided by 2, because which is two tail. If 1 and alpha only, no divided by 2. So we're going to put this for the shaded. We're going to put for alpha, so 0.05 divided by 2 is 0.025 for both sides. And then we need to find CV. CV is critical value. Okay, so we will go to the GeoGebra. Now we will click on the chi-square Since we have 25 for n, so the degree of freedom is 24. Now we can do the right tail first. We're gonna put 0.025, so we got 39.36. And then the other side, so we have left hand side, and we have 0.025, then we got 12.40. Then we look at the test statistic. So we have 6. So this 6 land on here is before the 12. So it's land on the shaded region, and that is reject. So step number 5, we will reject the null. Now let's go back to the null, and I will write step number 6 here. Conclusion, right? So we say we reject the null. So let's go back to step 1. So the null is gone. Okay, so what do we have left is the alternative hypothesis. So this left. This statement means the standard deviation is not 15. So from step 1 to step number 5, we just prove that, or we just show that the standard deviation is not 15. So we read the question in the green color. The developer of the test claims that the population standard deviation is 15. So the claim, this one is not true, right? So it's not right, because we just show that the standard deviation is not 15. Okay, so this is not right statement. If it's equal to 15, then it's not right statement. Do the data provide sufficient evidence to contradict this claim? So the data provides sufficient evidence, and of course it's contradict this claim, because the not equal to 15 for standard deviation is contradict with the standard deviation equal to 15. So step number 6, we conclude that the data provide sufficient evidence, and then we just go ahead and copy the sentence down, right? So we just copy this down.